caution, you're about to learn some super fun functional anatomy.
Okay, first we are going to start with the superficial muscles. We have the brachioradialis, the extensor carpi radialis brevis, the extensor carpi radialis longus, the extensor digitorum, extensor digiti minimi, extensor carpi ulnaris, and last the aconius. Okay, now we're going to look at the deep muscles of the forearm. First we have the supinator, the abductor pollicis longus, extensor pollicis brevis, extensor pollicis longus, and lastly the extensor indicus. We're going to look at the muscles of the thumb. The flexor pollicis brevis, the abductor pollicis brevis, and the aponius pollicis. Now we're going to look at the tendons that are involved in our case. The extensor pollicis brevis and the abductor pollicis longus. Now that we learned about the deep and superficial muscles of the forearm, we are now going to look at the nerves that innervate these muscles.
Note that as we go through each of these, Jen will be removing the pieces of tape that represent each nerve. The first nerve we're going to look at is the median nerve. The median nerve sends sensory fibers to the skin on the palmar surface, to the sides of the first 3 digits. The lateral half of the 4th digit, and the dorsum of distal halves of digits 2 and 3, and lateral side of the 4th digit. It also sends fibers to the palmar cutaneous branch of the median nerve, which supplies the central palm, arises proximal to the flexor retinaculum and passes superficial to it, and it does not pass through the carpal tunnel.
Next, we have the ulnar nerve. The ulnar nerve branches from the palmar cutaneous branch and supplies skin on medial side of palm. Next, we have the dorsal cutaneous branch, which supplies medial half of dorsum, sides of the 5th finger, and medial half of the 4th finger. Next, we have
the radial nerve. The radial nerve sends sensory fibers to the skin on the dorsal surface, on the dorsum of the thumb, the dorsum of fingers 2 and 3, and it does not innervate above the DIP.